You pass the floor to me. Yeah, I was asked to, because in view of the time, I was asked to jump to the conclusions or to the concluding session and maybe open the concluding session with KC Koo and Tonnie. What I would like to say very quickly is that what struck me this morning is first a sort of community of approach to all the issues we've been discussing, which is a very interesting starting point. We might sometimes have different ways, etc., but the goal and the aim and the values and the framework are very similar. And the second thing that struck me very much this morning is how much, in order to build the new normal in the digital society, citizens' buy-in will be important. We heard that in the policy framework, we heard that in the session on data, we heard that right now in the session on smart cities. Building trust for the citizen will be absolutely fundamental for the buy-in and the real success of a digital society. Otherwise, we'll be just a bunch of standardizers doing things in our corner. And so trust is probably a key word that I would like to retain. Another way to build trust, of course, through standards. And we know interoperability and standardization is a big element of building that trust of all the market players. And I think there also I would like to apply the keyword. And we know standardization is sometimes a space of competition. I mean, only those who know standardization think it's only a space of collaboration. But it's collaboration first and foremost. And this collaboration also triggers the building trust of the market players and so forth and so on. So I would like just to say that this Korean-European collaboration that is already long-lasted, deep-rooted, etc., is probably needs to be further developed. And we have the tools for that. We have the will for that. We have the tools for that. And I think we can also not only make it fruitful for us, but also sort of show the way to multilateralism, which is a little bit in a difficult situation. So I thank you very much. I don't want to take more of the floor of the closing session. Thank you very much for this very interesting seminar. Thank you. Maybe
you.
Thank you very much.
If I may say a few words at the conclusion. Oh, sorry. Who's next, Margot? You're the master of ceremony.
I said KC Koo could be next to have two Europeans.
Exactly. Sorry, I knew.
Teaming up with a Korean.
Okay, thank you very much. Even though we are okay, thank you very much for giving me some words. First of all, on behalf of TTA, I would like to thank all ICT experts from both the EU and Korea, colleagues from TTA-ETSI for time, effort to make this workshop. Especially, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to the distinguished Tonnie, even though we met virtually. All the session and presentation, including panel discussion, is very short. I feel that, but we have many discussion points have left to be desired. Anyway, even this is a very short time, but after this workshop, and I will contact my good friend Luis, and way forward what we discuss, what we collaborate, what we strengthen our friendship. That is my my concluding remark. Anyway, thank you very much for this fruitful workshop. Thank you.
Thank you, Margot. Thank you, KC. Indeed, we just a few words really at the end on a bit my sort of conclusions throughout these sessions. I mean, first a word to thank the moderators. They've done a really great job. I thank also all the presenters because it was very rich. And I think we've had some very stimulating and very to the point debates today. I think the first lesson, first conclusion, which I would draw is that we have learned a lot today from our Korean colleagues. And I would really like to thank them again. I mean, I think the second thing, I mean, this we knew already, but we've had confirmation of that clearly today, is that Korea and the European Union, we face similar challenges. We have the same priorities as far as our digital policy is concerned. And most importantly, we have the same values. And Margot mentioned it, trust and citizens buy-in for these technologies is indeed very, very important. It's key. And that depends precisely on these values, our values, on issues such as when we talk about AI, it being trustful, it being human-centric, talking about digital technologies, data, of course, the data protection element, high levels of data protection are absolutely essential. This will create the confidence. This will, the trust that our citizens need and that our economy also needs to take up these technologies. And we have a lot of strong points in that area, clearly Korea and the European Union, because we have very, very strong such values and strong legal frameworks to support and defend these values. The third conclusion, I agree fully with KC. We should have had more time. And but this is positive. We have an upcoming first dialogue planned with our colleagues in and counterparts in the MSIT, in the Korean government. And I very much hope this will provide us time to go further into these issues. And today's discussions were for us here in the European Commission certainly very useful to prepare that. But we also hope that the extra time we'll get it on that occasion also to involve stakeholders such as TTA. And I really look forward to continuing this discussion. And then maybe 2 points on the substance of what was discussed today. We need to cooperate on standards. I think that is very, very obvious. We need to achieve global standards, go for global alignment of timelines and spectrum even. You know, we saw beyond 5G as an important /6G as an important discussion point. So this is what we have to bear in mind. This is what makes global success, which makes success for Europe, in European industry, which makes a success for Korean industry. And so this is the first message. We need to cooperate on these standards, bear that in mind, what we have there also as principles and objectives. And then let's share these good practices on smart cities. I mean, I join Emilio very much in his session. I mean, let's work together there. Let's do concrete things. I mean, I mentioned it, I think, in my intervention this morning. We have an upcoming event whereby all implementers from the EU and Korea can participate in a workshop to test the interoperability of their smart city applications in mid-November. This is based, of course, on M2M. So I invite everybody to participate there. And beyond thereafter, we can organize further workshops to see how we can exchange best practice on smart cities. And we, on the European side, we will of course we will propose this to our Korean friends, and on the European side, we will do this by involving, of course, our key stakeholders such as OASC and Living in EU.eu. I mean, just to conclude, this was indeed very, very useful. Let's continue. I would like to thank very much the organizers, our colleagues in ETSI, our colleagues in TTA, and last but not least, a big word of thanks to Kate, who has been an excellent master of ceremony today and also in the preparations. Thank you very much, and thank you also for staying so long online with us in Seoul. It's now really late, and I think you're entitled to have wish you a very, very nice evening. Thank you so much, and looking forward to the opportunity of meeting in person, of course, hopefully as soon as possible. Thank you, KC. Thank you, Margot.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Can I ask everyone to turn on your cameras and microphones so we could say goodbye to everybody? Hopefully we could meet face to face next time.
Yes.
Yes.
We just hope so.
Bye, everybody. Thank you
Bye,
very much.
thank you.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
Stay healthy.
Yeah, take care. Bye.